Ruby's 9th birthday was noisy in the soft, happy way that makes your ears ring afterward. Paper plates. Pink frosting. Grandmother sitting straight, backed in the corner like she was presiding over something ceremonial instead of a living room full of balloons. She handed me a slim folder instead of a toy. "It's for her future," she said. Inside was documentation for a college fund. $195,000 earned, already invested. I felt my throat close in a way I couldn't explain, not because of the amount alone, because someone had quietly built something solid for my daughter without spectacle. Before I could respond, my mother stood up. She didn't raise her voice. She didn't argue. She simply walked over, took the folder from my hands, walked into the kitchen, and dropped it into the trash. "She's too young for this." The room went quiet in that specific, suffocating way where no one knows whose side they're on. I didn't follow her. I didn't defend it. I didn't make a scene. Smiled at Ruby. We cut the cake. Later, when the house was empty and frosting hardened on paper plates, I went into the kitchen. The folder was still there, tilted against a cereal box. I wiped off a smear of something pink from the corner and smoothed the creases. Mother had always had a way of doing this, stepping in, making executive decisions, assuming I'd eventually agree. Was never loud enough to call abusive, just constant enough to make me doubt myself. I told myself she'd overreacted. Was symbolic, not malicious. 2 weeks later, my phone rang while I was folding laundry. The financial advisor introduced himself and confirmed my identity carefully. His tone was professional, neutral. Calling because someone contacted our office requesting to change the beneficiary designation on Ruby's account. Stopped moving. The request was flagged, he continued. The individual did not have authorization. "To who?" I asked, hesitated just long enough. "To your mother." It wasn't shock I felt. It was something colder, something clarifying. She hadn't thrown it away because Ruby was too young. She had tried to redirect it. That evening, I asked her to come over, my voice steady. I told her what the advisor said. She didn't deny it. "I was protecting her," she said. "You don't understand these financial things. It would have been safer in my name." There it was. Not greed. Control. Feel the old instinct rising to explain myself, to argue my competence, to make her see me as capable. "Instead," I said, "scheduled a meeting with the advisor tomorrow. You're welcome to come." The next afternoon, we sat across from a polished conference table. The advisor printed documents. He spoke in measured language about fiduciary responsibility, legal guardianship, and unauthorized modification attempts. He did not look at my mother when he explained who had authority over the account. He looked at me. "To ensure protection," he said, "we'll be adding multi-factor authentication, freezing third-party change requests, and documenting the prior attempt." He slid the paperwork toward me. I signed. No one handed her a pen. It wasn't dramatic. There was no argument, no raised voices, just the soft scratch of ink on paper and the clear structure of policy. When we walked out, my mother didn't speak until we reached the parking lot. "You didn't have to embarrass me." I met her eyes. I didn't. For the first time in my life, I didn't rush to soften it. After that, things shifted, not explosively, but structurally. She stopped offering to handle things for me, stopped inserting herself into decisions that weren't hers. Conversations became more surface, level, polite, controlled. Trust didn't shatter, it thinned. Ruby never knew any of this. She only knows that sometimes I open a small safe in my closet and check a folder. She once asked why it was important. "Because it's yours," I told her. "Not the money, the future. I don't feel victorious. I don't feel angry anymore either. I feel steadier. There's a difference between winning against someone and no longer allowing yourself to be managed. My mother still visits. She still brings casseroles. She still gives advice. But when she speaks now, there's a pause, just a second, where she waits to see if I'll agree. And I don't agree automatically anymore. That's the only change. It's enough.